Let's be clear starting out. I do not make this video in any way to disparage either game as a Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 veteran, so to speak. I have fond memories of both games pretty well. And the whole point of this video, more so, is to show the two free versions of Destiny. That's right, free versions. Because Destiny 1 also has a free version. Yes, it's a trial, but it still counts as free to play for the point of this video. So what are we doing in this video? We are lining up the footage side by side, and we're going to see which one runs out of content first. Now, I want to state some things. I kind of screw up in the Destiny 1 video, because you see me try to go into a Crucible match. That was more so for me to see if it was active, and I was curious if I could get in one. But here's the rules for things like Crucible, Gambit, Strikes, and the like. As someone who has played Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 for quite a bit, I will say average game time for most people will be around 30 minutes to an hour, if we're going with casual basis. I will not be counting times for hardcore sweats like you and me, the people most likely watching this video. And no, the whole point of this video is not to point at Destiny 1 and say, oh, Destiny 2 is bad. I have lots and lots of good memories with Destiny 2, mostly back when the game wasn't free to play, but that's neither here nor there. So let's set up some ground rules here. First off, we're going to see how much story content you can go through in both free-to-play versions. Destiny 1's trial and Destiny 2's base game, as we will call it, until you start getting locked out of other content. Okay, that first rule is simple enough. And the second rule, as I've stated earlier, is Gambit matches, Strikes, Crucible matches, where it applies, we will be counting as 30 minutes to an hour. So there you go there. I know that leaves a lot of variable, but that's the realistic range. Rule number 3. Because there are 3 classes in both Destiny games, Titan, Hunter, Warlock, well, for the amount of time in each video, we will essentially be adding on to it by 1 and by 2. You get the whole point here. I could have said that part better, but so you guys understand that. And then finally, in the end of the video, apologies, gruff in my voice. And for the, and for the final part of the video, now that we're over that, is at the end, we will be going over how much money you have to spend to unlock the full versions and all the content of both games. Now that we have our simple ground rules established, one more fair note. In both games, you will notice I kind of stare off a little bit. That's my own fault. That is heavily my own fault. I do it in both games. I kind of dick around a tiny bit. I'm not going to lie at all. But to be fair, who doesn't fuck around and stare off in video games? So, yeah. But other than the very few brief moments you see me do that, such as messing in menus and other stuff of the like, I tried to essentially speedrun both versions. Now, with that being said, Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 function very, very differently. So for Destiny 1, you're going to notice a lot of slowdown compared to Destiny 2. And we will go over that in time over the end of the video. But now that I've rambled for 4 minutes over this video footage, yeah, let's continue. I will come back into comments, so to speak, what I think as the footage lines up, what I think is interesting between the two footages as they are lined side by side, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the rest of the video. Another ground rule I forgot to establish real quickly is, in the case of Destiny 1 more specifically, there is one strike in the free version, otherwise known as the trial version, that is essential to the story. So, we will be in a little bit of an interesting spot there, because I do try to play it, and let me tell you, that's definitely longer than an hour hour based on my experience. So when we get to that strike, I will automatically say, and if I don't say it then, I'll say it now. I'll try to say it then in that point too. That's gonna automatically be like an hour 30, because I will say it right now, we didn't manage to beat the strike, so I don't actually know how long it is. Yeah, you'll see why if you watch the whole thing. I doubt you will, you don't need to, but just know we didn't beat the strike. So yeah, that's getting an automatic hour 30 minutes for Destiny 1's case. Like, that strike was long, especially with the level they had you at, but you'll see that in the video. It helps if you're good at the game too, which I never say I am, so, yeah.
Humanity lost everything. With the last of its strength, the Traveler pushed back its enemy to create something new. The ghosts. In the dark times that followed the collapse, the ghosts chose the first light bearers. Immortal warriors gifted with the power of the Traveler's light. Humanity faced many threats in those days. Invaders from beyond our system arrived in droves. Pirates, called the Fallen, came to scavenge the remains of our golden age. The warlike Cabal came for our territory and resources for conquest. The Hive, ravenous worshippers of death, came to feed their infernal hunger. And the Vex, strange living machines, came to recreate our world in their own brutal image. We fought with each other as well. For a time, chaos reigned. Though in the end, we came together to rebuild, to heal. We built a city under the Traveler, the last safe city of Earth. In this city, humanity lived peacefully in all its forms. The humans, Earth's original inhabitants, the Exos, marvels of the Golden Age, and the Awoken, a people touched by both light and dark. Lightbearers took an oath to protect the last city. Over the centuries, they earned the title Guardians. The Titans, paragons of strength and bravery. The Warlocks, mage scholars trained in the arcane arts. And the Hunters, bold adventurers gifted with cunning. Guardians know that when they stand together, they are stronger. And now, new threats use our own powers against us. The Black Fleet closes in, edging us toward a second collapse. And our greatest adversary, the voice in the darkness, is revealed. A being of unimaginable power. The Witness. But all is not lost. Brand new Guardians rise every day to shape the future of our solar system and beyond.
We won't survive long out in the open like this. Let's get inside the wall. Guardian?
Eyes up, Guardian. Work. You're alive. You don't know how long I've been looking for you.
Okay, I need to find you a weapon.
I'm a
The
ghost.
Fallen find out.
Actually, now I'm your ghost, and you? Well, you've been dead a long time. Quiet. So you're going to see a lot of things you won't understand. This is Fallen territory. We aren't safe here. I have to get you to the city. Hang tight. Fallen thrive in the dark. Hold still. Don't. Need more light. I'll see what I can do.
Still with you. Need to move fast.
Another one of these hardened military systems. And a few centuries of entropy working against me. They're coming for us.
This place
Here,
is an old
I found a
cosmodrome,
rifle. Grab it.
a Russian spaceport. It's quarantined now,
I hope you
and
know how to
quite
use that
dangerous. But our only way forward is through that wall.
What was that?
I need to get you back to the city. To do that, we'll need a ship. But first, I need to find you a weapon. Let's keep moving.
Careful. All around us. It's a risk, but I'll get us more light. Hard military system, check. Frayed wires and rust, check. When I flip this switch, expect trouble. Not good. Definitely not happy to see us. There's a rifle. Grab it.
I brought you back to a reason. You're a hunter. That means you're not afraid to take risks. So, keep moving and be ready for a fight.
There's more ahead. Keep it up. A loot cache. Let's see what's inside. Trip mines. Don't touch them.
Stay focused. If your tracker blinks, there's trouble nearby. Fallen scavengers, alien pirates seeking humanity's remains. Speaking of pirates, there's a loot cache. Let's take what's inside. More fallen. Hit him with everything you can. Your light is strong, Guardian.
The Fallen have a tight hold on this place than we thought. Just a little bit further. This was an old cosmodrome. There's got to be something we can fly up.
So at this point so far, things are matching up pretty well. You're still for the most part in the Cosmodrome, you're still mostly trying to escape. Destiny 2 has been more grandiose with its opening in my opinion, but Destiny 1 holds up strong. Overall, so far in presentation, I'm not minding either one too much. Things that could be changed, maybe slowing down the pacing a little bit, but overall, I ain't got any complaints, so let's continue.
Heads up. A fallen raiding party. That's more trouble than I thought. detecting a friendly signal nearby. They may be able to help.
I repeat, this is Shah Han. My Vanguard operation is compromised. I'm separated from my strike team.
They're from the last city. Shaw, where are you? We can help.
Cass, Maeve, if you're hearing this, rendezvous at the following coordinates.
Something's interfering. I don't think he heard us, but I've got a lock on his location.
There's a ship. Clear them out.
Thank the light. I didn't think we had other Guardians on patrol here. Listen, my fire team's missing. I need backup. And... Oh. You're fresh out of the grave, aren't you?
We heard your distress call. We're here to help.
Brave. I like it. Tall order for your first day, though. Doesn't help that I rushed the perimeter. I need to locate my team before there's nothing left to find. Sit tight. I'll get you to the city soon enough.
I've made it this far. Let me help.
I get it. Nobody likes to be silent.
Guardians are stronger together. Isn't that right?
You sound like Commander Zavala. All right then. Load up. This is gonna get dicey. But do what I say, and we'll get through it.
We won't let you down.
Follow my signal.
All right. Let me see if I can get us out of here. Been here a while.
There's a weapon in that locker. Probably an upgrade for you. Grab it and head to my
We're
location.
lucky the Fallen haven't completely picked it clean.
Will it fly?
I can make it work.
I'll scan for signals from my jump ship. I need you to be my eyes on the ground. Something's causing interference. My scanner's shot. Might be doing this the old-fashioned way.
Analyze it. I've got a source for the interference. Let's check it out.
It's not going to break orbit, but it just might get us to the city. Now, log that.
Get the Fallen off that thing.
So at this point, the games are really starting to diverge. While Destiny 1 seems to be staying focused on the main story and what it's trying to establish in this first game, keep in mind the trial is just essentially cutout snippets of the first game. And, well, you can kind of argue the same thing for base game Destiny 2, but that's neither here nor there. But seems Destiny 2 is more so focused on trying to let you go loose. I have faith in this, but I'm afraid we're going to lose that story structuring, but we will see. We will see.
Restored.
Damn. Our team signals are missing. The last known locations are nowhere near each other. Wouldn't split up unless things got real bad. I'll track Cass. You find May. Sending coordinates now.
Myths say The Fallen once lived in the Traveler's
Welcome
Grace.
to the last safe
But
city
something
on Earth.
happened.
The only place
Traveler
the
left
Traveler
them,
can still
and that
protect.
brought ruin to their
It
civilization.
took centuries to
They've
build.
come all this way chasing what they lost, hoping to get
counting
it back,
every day it stands.
or take it from us.
And this tower is where the Guardians live.
Looks like the Fallen want to keep us out.
Or keep something in. There's worse than dregs in old Russia.
Let's check out the control unit. This is locked down with adaptive encryption. We'll need access keys to bypass it. The Fallen salvagers might have some. That's one key. We need two more.
So in an interesting turn, it seems Destiny 1 is more focused on keeping us in the tower, introducing us to everyone, making sure we understand what each function of everybody is. And so far in Destiny 2, I am starting to notice that the open world is kind of already dragging a bit thin. Already, a mission that is pretty samey from the first game is now being just slowed down by what I would call unnecessary mechanics. Like, there's no reason for this to exist. This literally could have just been a copy and paste of the first game. But I'll give them credit for one thing. This is trying to take a new spin on it, so I'll give them that. At least this is trying to be new and a bit different. I know that statement sounds a little bit biased, but hey, it's my job to compare both the footage and what we've seen up until this point, and I feel like that's a pretty fair assessment, so let's move forward, shall we?
I should be able to break the encryption now. Barrier. The Fallen were keeping the Hive at bay.
Maeve is in more trouble than I thought. You need to hurry.
This is a powerful surge of arc energy. Whatever's causing it, even transmats won't get through right now. Hive contact. darkness is suffocating my light. Maeve signal is just ahead.
There's so little left. You're lucky to even find this ship. A Guardian can't do much. But it needs a warp drive if we ever hope to
There
fight
may
beyond
still be
Earth.
light left in
And
her
that
ghost.
Cosmodrome is the only place I know where we might still find one. We survived the Fallen once. We can do it again.
Shaw, I'm sorry. We were too late.
I was too. Cass, I couldn't get to him in time.
There was a hive wizard, a powerful one. We tried.
This isn't on
The
you.
Guardian ship was
You
recently
did what
shut
you
down
could.
here. If
We have the
Fallen
remains
hadn't
of her
gotten to it,
ghost.
There might be parts we can salvage.
Appreciate that. You should just head to camp before that wizard comes back.
The ship's avionics are completely catatonic, but I can code their last transmission.
They managed to restore an information hub here, down in the tunnels below. We should check it out.
Even the light has limits. Sometimes you don't come back. That hive you saw was a powerful wizard named Navota. Didn't expect to run into something that strong. I wasn't prepared. Now it's too late. And even Cass knew the risks. Best way to honor them is to finish the job. There's a Golden Age relic, a superconductor, in a sealed chamber
Map of
nearby.
The entire area.
Vanguard says we can make a weapon out of it. Problem is, the superconductor is overflowing with arc energy.
What we really need to
Can't
find
even
is a
get
warp
near the
drive,
place.
so we can jump
Much less
to any
break the
planet
lock.
or move.
We need to find a solution, and something tells me our fallen
only
neighbors
hope is
know a
where
thing
we
or two
found our
about the
ship.
infrastructure here.
We have to go back.
These were my fire team's assignments. They're yours now. Go shake the tree, see what falls out.
Despite everything though, so far both stories keep bringing us back to the Cosmodrome, which I do heavily appreciate. This is one of my favorite locations in all of Destiny, but that's my own bias leaking through. So what are we really getting here that's different? Well, over on Destiny 2 side, they're trying to make it more of a planetary focused thing. They're not trying to show you too much of the outside fight right now, even though they're letting you cut a lot looser than Destiny 1 does. And on the other hand, as you have noticed, Destiny 2 is more so gun-ho, so to speak. They let you get your abilities and all that stuff a lot faster. Probably should have covered that earlier, but I wanted it to sink in a little further before I brought that up. And yeah, Destiny 2 is just going a lot faster paced than Destiny 1 is so far, at least by my viewing. But we'll wait and see how that goes. Keep in mind we got a lot more shit to cover, so let's keep going, guys.
just killed an Archon. And we got a warp drive.
Exchange.
Guardian.
Into the
Cosmodrome.
You need better breathing. Never doubted you.
Alright, I'll be right here.
Well, despite us still being in the Cosmodrome, things are starting to go a lot different, a lot weirder over in Destiny 2. I'm not saying I'm against it, I actually vibe with it a tiny bit, but man, this is getting wild, this is getting crazy, this is getting interesting. Keep in mind, I'm just a commenter, I give my interesting thoughts in this, well, lack of interesting thoughts rather. Point is, I'm just a guy giving my own 2 cents as this goes on. I think it's kind of crazy right now how Destiny 2 is diverging, but it's still yet to see how much further this diverges really. So far, I don't mind what it's doing with the story. I like how it's establishing this one lone hunter out in the field. It's all going to plan so far. So far, we're still getting a solid grasp of what the characters do and all that shit. So overall, I would say Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 are kind of neck and neck for me. I won't lie. I think these two are pretty even right now in my viewing.
Here to help.
Here's the Sparrow link.
Including superfluous states, containing cat vectors, and we're late.
I hope I get to see the Dreaming States.
All right.
If you want to get your Sparrow, we can be in the Forgotten Shore in seconds.
Need something?
We're approaching the shore. The Fallen are using some sort of signal amplifiers. Let's see what they're transmitting.
Give me a second. Some kind of distorted signal. Not
Stay
falling.
safe.
Let's check the other one.
That sight power.
The same transmission. They're both linked to something in Skywatch. Let's check it out.
My oh my, so much content, arguably too much content. What do I say here from my perspective? You gotta dial it back in the focus department. There is just way too much here. I really don't think, as far as Destiny 2 is concerned, the average guy just hopping into this can really tell what the heck is going on. So, If it was me personally, I would tone this back a tiny bit. Destiny 1 is still keeping a heavy focus on its main story, so overall no complaints there for me, at least in terms of how the story is structured. But what I'm noticing is Destiny 2 is going way too fast, man. Way too fast. But that's just my thoughts. Keep it to myself, I guess. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think so far. That's what I want to know.
Checking.
Are you ready? Back to the front.
The Crucible Remnant Guardian. Will you answer? You get it.
Nice shooting out there.
The Fallen are tapped into something in the back of the room.
Not bad. Dang it. Till next time.
The Fallen are trying to access these machines.
Something is fighting back. This will take some time.
Yes?
Warlords and guardians alike, for evil and good. A new tool doesn't change the world. Pardon the explosion, Shiver, and watch where you walk. some it gets better, for others worse. What will its reformation bring?
The witness has moved beyond our reach.
What's going on with the story? What? Okay, yep, this definitely establishes what I was saying earlier. What is even going on with the story? Yes, I get it as someone who's played Destiny, what's going on. We have the darkness invading, the witness is here, everything's going to crap. I get that. I know what's happening, I know who's died and who's still here and all that stuff. I get the twist and the plot and all that stuff. How is the normies, the new guy, supposed to get this? Like, Destiny 2? Oh man, we are only halfway through both comparisons right now, I think, and this is getting confusing. I don't know what to say, homies. I'm a little bit concerned right now. But we will see. We will see. Right now, they still have me. They still have me for the most part. Mostly. Yeah, I'm starting to lose faith a little bit.
Titan has returned. And when it did, we were greeted with something we could have never predicted.
To any Guardians listening, this is Deputy Commander Sloan requesting emergency support.
Okay, I've pulled out everything they managed to steal. We should destroy this thing.
This is a Priority 1 rescue operation.
They didn't get
We
much.
have received a distress
Kept hitting
call
an
on the
active
secure
firewall.
Vanguard channel. The target of extraction is Deputy Commander Sloan. She was last seen on Titan before it vanished, during the arrival of the pyramids. Our
war
job
mine did
is to
survive the
triangulate
collapse.
where the distress signal is coming from,
An
find
AI
the
built
Deputy
to
Commander,
defend Earth.
and get her out.
He faced the darkness
I
and
know
survived.
what you may be thinking,
And he's
but
protecting
Sloan
something
is
here
one
in
of the most
Cosmodrome.
tenacious,
We
resilient
have to find a
soldiers
way to
I've ever
reach her.
known. If anyone could have survived this, it's her. The Guardian has landed. I'm at our old LZ. No sign of Sloan or enemy activity. Extraction team, what's your status?
Commander, I am at the tidal anchor, not far from your position. It is abandoned, quiet. Distress signal is weak.
I've established a beachhead inside the new Pacific Arcology. No sign of the hive. Signal strength is weak here as well.
There are reports
Guardian,
that the fallen back
you
at
need
the
to cross the
Cosmodrome
ring
keep
to
a
align a
pretty tight guard
communications
on the
dish
Skywatch.
so we can triangulate Sloan's position. Keep comms open. We don't know what happened here.
Who's asking Guardians to look into it?
Take it! I've got multiple ticket engagements on my position.
They are on me as well.
Confirm 10 taken contacts in the new Pacific Arcology. Ironborn beasts are engaging.
Okay, the Skywatch is just on the other side of the station. And it's soon about it. Ready if you are. This place must have been amazing. Thousands of humans boarding the ships. All up the hill, the building with the radar, that's the Skywatch. scour just all the way stations. Look for good guys.
Fallen really didn't want anybody getting in or out.
Extraction team, status.
All clear, Commander. Minimal casualties.
What is
Tidal
this?
anchor is secure. The Taken are gone.
Lots of motion ahead.
Get to the array.
I got a bad feeling about this. There's a hive.
Is that
Derelict.
Hey, gang! Heard there was a party, and I thought I'd pop on by and see what the fuss is all about.
This is a rescue mission for Deputy Commander Sloan. Get off the line.
Oh, great! She owes me a drink.
a drink?
Would I lie?
Taken incoming. Falling back to the Arcology Solarium.
I am the mountain upon which all swords center! Hone your aim against me!
No!
You have to kill him.
I am the hand around your throat! I am the last breath in your mouth! You cannot escape me!
More taken! They're coming up from the methane flush! I'm holding position!
I am the one who speaks for the tribe. You must have no end of questions for me. In its dying breath, the Traveler created the Ghosts to seek out those who can wield its love as a weapon. You must push back. Guardians are fighting on Earth and beyond. Join them. Your ghost will guide you. No more creatures.
I remember Sagira shuddering. She was worthy of death. Osiris was not. Are you so fragile?
Show yourself! Fight me! I will tear you apart with my bare hands!
I'm noticing the missions in Destiny 2 seem to be a little bit longer. This could be me being completely wrong, and it's just how the footage happens to line up. But Destiny 2 missions seem to go longer. Destiny 1 seems to focus just purely on the story. It doesn't seem to matter if you're going in between the fucking... How do I put this? It doesn't seem to matter if you're going between the hub worlds or the, you know, like main game where you're shooting and looting and all that stuff, the missions. Sorry, I'm horrible explaining this, but it seems that they're just focused on the story 24/7 so far, and Destiny 2 is hopping around like a jackrabbit, focusing on so much different stuff. I hardly would understand what is happening if I was a fucking new guy. So yeah, I gotta start lifting illusions 1 hour in. I'm not having a lot of faith here. Not really. Like, don't get me wrong. It makes sense. We are going down. We are heading to the waters to save somebody. Like, it makes sense so far. Like, it makes sense, but why is it paced this way? Why can I go out of order like this? Like, if I go out of order in Destiny 1, the missions still line up and make sense. Yeah, they're out of order, but they still make sense. This doesn't. It really doesn't.
Maybe we can... Those were last heard from near the start. Let's head there and see if we can find them. We're heading back through that hive breeding ground. Vanguard say they're spilling onto the surface now, keeping the Fallen busy.
I'd only heard her voice in audio logs from the fall of the Cabal homeworld. There's no mistaking her. She must be here. We need to be careful. Her influence has never been this strong.
We need to find Sloane and get her out of here now. We're almost at the array guardian. Get moving. Go! The consoles here at Siren's Watch say the array is unpowered. Guardian, you need to find a way to reroute power, then properly align the array's receivers.
The ghosts are still here. Fallen have them.
Lighting up here. I have Sloane's position as...
This one still holds the codes.
1 kilometer down.
Let's find the array.
The ocean. It is a sea of crushing methane. Nothing can survive there.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. Guardian, rig schematics show a ballast maintenance shaft near your position. Follow the signal down and find the deputy commander. I'll join up with you shortly. arrived at the diving point. I'm coming down to you.
That ain't gonna happen, boss. Do you know how much pressure they're taking? They gotta get out of there.
I am not leaving anyone behind again.
And I ain't saying we do. All right, that's enough. I'm pulling you up before you and your ghost get blasted. Welcome to the derelict. I'm down in engineering, making sure we don't blow up. Zavala's got his heart in the right place, but old Blue's about as stubborn as they come. You can't brute force this moon. The collapse messed the whole place up good. Gravity's weird down in the deep. There's pockets of air. Some places you can move safely. Others that'll
Approaching the
crush
control
you
station.
into a little
This is it.
speck. But I think I got something in my guts that'll help us out. Titan ain't my first aquatic rodeo. Go ahead and try out that prototype. Should protect you from the pressure. Well, some of it, at least. Now get on out of here. I'll fill the boss man in for you.
Yeah, the missions for Destiny 2 are definitely way longer, which I will give them that. I love the fact that these missions are pretty long, have a lot of content in them. It's just a shame I really don't understand why half the content is there. And this is something we just have to address, like, at some point. I get I'm being negative Nancy, but there's just not a lot I can really say about Destiny 1. Like, yes, it could use some of the quality of life features Destiny 2 has, but the story is so much more focused. Like, it's the free version, and I still understand everything that's going on. If I was a new guy anyway, I understand everything anyway, as somebody who's been heavily invested in the series, but again, as a new guy, I would understand Destiny 1 a whole hell of a lot clearer, the free version anyway, the trial version, as compared to Destiny 2. I do like the longer missions, I like the gameplay loop, I like the graphics, I like the shooting, I like the looting. I like what Destiny 2 is trying to do. And obviously I don't really show footage of it, but I like Crucible, I like Gambit. I know I'm one of the few people in the world who like Gambit. The strikes are pretty tight. Overall, the gameplay loop of Destiny 2 is pretty good, but it's not really the gameplay loop that I'm noticing is the problem so far with this footage. It seems to be everything else but the gameplay loop. The story, how it's structured, how it's focused, how it keeps you in line. I don't mind the open worldness of Destiny 2, but what I do mind is the fact the open worldness in this free version anyway, without all the expansions, is just sending us around like a crazy jackrabbit, to the point where it makes no sense if you were a new guy. I know I sound like a dead horse at this point, but well, what can I say? We are like an hour 14, hour 15, whatever I put this part of the video at, you know, whenever I put this audio log section, you know. We are getting towards the end more and more, and Destiny 1, the free version, still feels more structured and better, at least from a story perspective. Obviously, already Destiny 2's free version has a lot more replayability. We're not going to doubt that at all. There's tons more replayability with this, especially if we're considering strikes, Gambit, Crucible, all that stuff. Especially considering you can only really access one strike in Destiny 1's version, and you can really only do Crucible in one mode. So yeah, there's that too. So that you can count that towards the score, I guess. There you go.
An ally. Name is Austin. It's complicated, sir. I get impressions, emotions, ideas. She knows our true enemy.
The witness came from her species, too. Discrete concepts are harder. Even more now, since this.
And you're still you?
Every bit. My light is holding this corruption back, but I can hear voices whispering. It's like being tuned into the enemy's battle. If you could strengthen my connection with Asa, I believe it would improve my ability to communicate through the mix.
I've got some ideas. I'll draw up some specs and drop by soon.
Slow.
I'm fine, sir. And I think I'm long overdue for a debriefing.
As you wish.
We'll reconvene at the help.
Good to be back in contact with the Vanguard. It's an honor to serve with you. The Taken moved in quick after we lost Titan. I had to switch gears, escape, evade, and rotate between extraction points. Survive for another day. That was the mission. I absorbed some of the Taken corruption and tapped into their homes. It became pinhole. My bond with Asa proved mission critical too. Now that Titan's back, the mission has changed. We need more intel on our enemies. The Witness. Drifter claims he knows a way to help Asa share that intel. Boost the signal so her message can get through. If he's right, we're going to need some diving equipment. Thankfully, I was able to secure a pair of intact subnauticals from the archaeology storage unit. Feel free to toss out that dumb Drifter gave you earlier. This is the real deal.
I think we're clear. You need to see this.
This array is controlled by the last Warmind, Rasputin. It's connecting to defense constructs all across the system. There could be something out there to help us survive the darkness.
The Witness, the malefactor of our first collapse, is at our doorstep. Once thought to be a force known as the Darkness, the Witness revealed itself to be an entity that instead wields the darkness against us. It spoke through our ghosts and offered us salvation if we submitted to it. We refused. Though we do not know its true intentions, we can only assume it seeks to finish what it started during our collapse. Our resolve was tested when Savathun, Hive Goddess of Trickery, disguised herself as one of our foremost guardians, Osiris. She gained access to our secrets, but in turn, Osiris gained access to hers. Savathun had rebelled against the Witness and hid what might be our only chance of defeating it away on the planet Neptune. Now, former Cabal Emperor Callus and his loyalist warships have joined the Witness's advance on Earth. But we found an unexpected ally in Callus's daughter, Empress Keitel, and Mithrax, the Elixni leader of the House of Light. Together, we have united against our common enemy. In an unprecedented move, the Traveler left Earth to confront the Witness head-on. This conflict was set in motion long before we existed. But we will bring it to an end, one way or another.
Just as it was before we lost the moon.
Welcome, 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 welcome.
Any of this help? All part of the plan. The light is your greatest weapon.
Hunter. Good to have you back.
There are too many of them! They're everywhere!
Vanguard to all units.
I got what you need.
Keep the enemy away from the Traveler. At all cost.
Bring back some stories, buddy.
It is more than a memory. It's still seeing. Yes. Be good out there.
Okay, so Destiny 1 is still keeping its heavy focus, Destiny 2 is still jumping around. In Destiny 1 we've met the Speaker and the like, in Destiny 2 we're seeing the Witness more and more. Again, I don't mind what Destiny 2 is trying to do, but the story structure is just bloody horrible. Really bloody horrible. And it amazes me that in a trial version of a game that, and listen to me, usually a trial is just a random section of a game cut out. No, like there's actual meat and bones to the trial of Destiny 1. I'm not saying there's not meat and bones to Destiny 2's free version, there definitely is. But it's the way the meat and bones are being used, if you understand what I'm saying here. Like, it's used a lot better in Destiny 1 when content is available and it's structured a lot better. Again, that says nothing about Destiny 2's replayability, though. It has lots more replayability. But again, I'm shocked by how populated Destiny 1 actually still is. Like, these aren't just newbies. These are veteran players alongside newbies out and about still doing stuff. Presumably in the free versions, judging by their levels and shit like that you were seeing earlier. So, yeah, Destiny 1 is still relatively popping off, surprisingly. I wasn't really expecting that when playing this, but there are lots of people still playing Destiny 1. Keep in mind, I'm someone who's been out of the Destiny loop for a while now, and I'm only really back to make this one video, and I'm probably never going to touch Destiny again. Unless I buy the full version of Destiny 1, but there we go, you already know which I'm considering better, but that's neither here nor there. This is for you to decide which is better. I have this here for you. I'm just a commentator with bias. That's all there is to it. Let's keep rocking.
They found the veil.
We're in no position to engage the enemy.
We don't have a choice. We're out of time.
Osiris. Don't die.
Guardian, help Osiris reach the Veil before Callus does. And please, stay close to him. He doesn't have any life to spare.
I'm checking our location. We've hitched a ride to the Outer Giants, Neptune orbit. Osiris was right. The witness sent Callus after something hidden here.
Will continue to claw
Guardian.
the walls of our city unless we strike them
Did not anticipate a fellow stowaway.
Beneath the ruins of the
Callus
Cosmodrome,
is after an
in the shadow of
artifact
an
on
old
Neptune,
colony
the
ship,
Veil.
we've located the House of
I'm
Devil's
working on a plan to stop him.
High City.
For now, find your way through that ship.
We must destroy this machine and send his soul screaming back to hell.
Pyramid residence is shielding the Cabal. Another weapon from the witness.
My faithful shadow, this is your glory, then, our alliance bears such delay. Together, we will devour soul. Fall. Prepare for descent. Bring glory to the herald of the
The Shadow Legion is one step ahead of us. Any damage we can inflict on the Cabal fleet will buy us time.
We should regroup as soon as possible. Maybe we can disable the ship's computer core.
I've located the terminal here and sent you the ship layout.
Just received it. Locating now. Got it. We're not far from the core. We need a way in there. That Cabal had a keycard. It should get us through that door. I can't help but feel like we should have stayed behind to protect the Traveler and our people. Was it the right choice to follow Osiris?
If the witness establishes a link with the Veil, it'll be over for the entire system. All of our losses would have been for naught. You've never faced a threat of this magnitude. Even if you stayed, you wouldn't have stood a chance against the witness. None of us would. This is our only hope to survive the witness. unholy alliance between the Witness and Callus. I fear they'll have more surprises in store.
This keycard lets us access the computer core. Let's head there now. This is the core for the entire ship. Communication, navigation, deployment. Keycard lets us access the computer core. Let's head there now. This is the core for the entire ship. Communication, navigation, deployment. Lets us access the computer core. Let's head there now. This is the core for the entire ship. Communication, navigation, deployment.
I'm relaying my position to you. Make your way to this ship.
We need some way to get to the surface.
I believe I have a method to accomplish that.
Did I detect a bit of hesitation in your voice?
No.
Great.
My
Way out
impromptu
of here,
stratagems have a high rate of success. Just get here quickly.
Okay, this will most likely be the last commentary section until we get to the very end and I give my final thoughts overall. We are finally, I almost misspoke there, we are finally in the Destiny 1 story required strike. This is the strike I failed. As you can tell, me and the others try like hell. Essentially consider this whole section an hour 30 minutes from the start, you know, when the strike started. Just consider this a whole hour 30 minutes for the sake of simplicity. Like, this is a pretty beefy strike even with 3 people, and as you can see later on in the footage, or maybe now, I don't know when the footage I'm placing this, I'm like looking over the footage of this general section, and I'm giving my thoughts for this section specifically. That's how I've been trying to space these out so far, as section by section, essentially, until you hear the next commentary track. You know, consider that a section, but should establish that beforehand. But yeah, this is just consider an hour 30 minutes. We fail like crazy in this strike. It's not even funny. Not even funny. Well, it's actually pretty funny, but I'll see you guys all in the end of this when I give my final thoughts and all that, and we've gone over the pricing and all that happy shit. So let's move forward.
The one we're on.
Crazy or not, we need to stop this invasion. I'll do whatever it takes to stop the witness. So if you aren't going to help me, then leave me alone.
Take out the engine.
All of this. It's like the entire system is wired to a algorithm.
blown up the engines. Ship's losing altitude. Rendezvous in the escape pod. Post haste. Just between us, I'm not a big fan of Osiris's escape pod plan. Even for him, this is pretty touch and go. almost at the escape pod. Where are you?
We're being sealed off. Have to find another way.
area!
Are those things safe?
Can't be.
Here goes nothing.
It's like the entire system is wired to a...
This is
I'll work back.
Neptune? There's a whole city here. An entire civilization. I've got a ping on Osiris's coordinates. Let's find him.
You on the road. Identify yourself. Are you with the invaders?
We're guardians of the last city.
Light bearers.
We're fighting the same enemy. We're here to find something called the Veil.
Members of our little sent down right now. We'll be there soon. Stay frosty, dearest.
Here's about this. No time for that now. If we don't stop the Shadow Legion, there won't be any city left.
Guardian, I'm up here. I think the Cabal know I'm here. Hello? What's going on out there?
Osiris, I'm detecting an anomaly on my sensors. We'll check it out while the coast is clear.
Understood.
I'm close, but just
patiently note that it's quite confined in here.
This energy source, this is incredible. You can wield it. signs are in the red.
We don't like to waste time.
Oh, good. There isn't a moment to lose.
We regroup at the watchtower.
You don't understand. We've got to get to the Veil.
I understand it's a mistake like that. Far better than you. Not all of us have lives to spare. I should be grateful that such power has come to live in me. This calls for a toast, does it not?
Barrier is down. We can move now.
My witness. Progress. The veil is before us. It's still outside your grasp. My forces are locating it as we speak. The Neptunians won't pose much of a threat with their tawdry technology. The final shape awaits. The veil is but next step. You have all you wanted. Never. I am glorious. Thanks to you, my witness. Find the veil so I can move on from this drudgery.
The lair is up ahead, under that colony ship. Just on the other side of all those devils.
So, you're the light bearer. Huh. Look, I'm not not gonna claim my mind's eye is anything special. But to hear Earth's immortal warlords growing up and you think like round shields and bushy eyebrows. Here you come, zipping around, smacking bad guys with green stringy stuff. I mean, that was... I've never seen anything like it. Anyways, enough about you. I'm Nimbus. I'm the rookie Cloud Strider here in Neomuna. The Cloud Striders have kept this city safe for generations. Sans Guardians. But seems like we got lots of similar goals. Or at least, similar enemies. Rohan asked me to be your guiding light for the time being. I'd do pretty much anything to keep the Vale and the people of Neomuna safe. But when I took my oath, I didn't think I'd be babysitting. Then again, mind's eye, not great. Now, you know the Vale's in danger. I know where those big guys are headed. So let's go do some hero stuff.
The lair is up ahead, under that colony ship. Just on the other side of all those devils.
Okay, so we're at the little end section. This is the part where you just have my audio logs for now on, my little voiceovers, and we are at the final scores now overall for Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. So for story time overall, including the hour-long, 30-minute strike, the main story time, and then, you know, adding in the fact we have 3 classes to go through with that, Destiny 1 comes out with a whopping 7 hours of story content for you to do between all 3 classes. So there you go. That's Destiny 1's story time. And in the case of Destiny 1's extra content, all you have is Crucible. So, doing Crucible for the normal 30 minutes, which is what I'm going to do. We're not going to do the full hour in this case. We're not going to do that for Destiny 2 either. That's just the normal average I put in there for you guys to establish with. I'm just going to use the 30 minutes. So, Destiny 1 has a whopping 90 minutes of extra content for you to do if we're just counting Crucible. Some of you would probably count the strike as separate. I view it as necessary to the story. This is where we are at an impasse and we just have to agree to disagree. So that's the overall story time and extra activity time for Destiny 1. Now let's get to Destiny 2. Now this actually surprises me. Surprises me a lot because Destiny 2 only has a baseline of around 2 hours of free story content for you to access. So between all 3 classes, that means Destiny 2 comes out with a whopping 6 hours of story time for free. Still pretty good, but comparing it to a free trial and all that stuff, I don't know. Like this, I don't know, man. I don't know. It feels like it should be longer, but that's the time. 6 hours added up by our math. Let's get into the extra activity time, which will definitely be longer than Destiny 1's. I will promise you that. And now to extra activity time with Destiny 2. The overall time we have, if we're including what is currently in the game, that being Strikes, Gambit, Crucible, and the thing with the fucking what's his name, Xur. There we go. I almost forgot for a second. We can't forget about Xur. So including Xur's activities too that we saw, that brings us in between all 3 classes at a whopping 360 minutes of extra activity time. And keep in mind that's a lot more replayable than Destiny 1's. So if we're going by story time, Destiny 1 wins out with 7 hours, a little bit over that. And if we're talking about extra activity time, Destiny 2's free version wins out with 360 minutes. Holy crap, that is a lot of time, my boyos. But now that we've gone over our 2 biggest scores, it's time for, it's time for the 3rd biggest. Last but definitely not least, how much does it cost you to get everything in the game with real world money? You know, how much does it cost you to get all the content you want? Well, I'm not going to do the math on those exact figures, but some tells me y'all were looking at the footage up until this point. At least I was hoping you were looking at the footage because I definitely had the pricing numbers in there for everything. So, which one costs more? Definitely Destiny 2. Definitely Destiny 2. That's to be expected considering it's still being supported up until this very day and is having a much longer service life than Destiny 1 was having, that's for sure. But those be the numbers. That's how it's lined up. That's how the cookie crumbles. That's how the dice fall. That's how the cards fall. Whatever. That's how it's thrown onto the table. You gotta believe in the heart of cards. Gotta choose them right. Pokemon. That's not at all how the song goes. I'm just bullshitting y'all, but no, for real. That's how it goes. These were the numbers. These were the statistics. Y'all saw everything in real time. So assuming you've gone through rules 1 through 5, it is now time for rule number 6 at the very end of this video. I want you guys to decide, if anybody watches this video, in the comments below, which free version of Destiny is better? The Destiny 1 trial or the Destiny 2 base game? This has been Johnny Von Duke, and this is normally when I would hit the outro, but I'm not feeling it today, man. I feel like we've done too good on this video for that. But otherwise, rock on, everybody. I love you. Thanks for making it through this video somehow, if anybody sees this. And I am out.